Yo, my G's, welcome back. It's Drunk Sports Talk. You already know what it is, ladies and gentlemen, and you know how we started off. We started off with a beautiful trago. You know, we're going to take a shot, and we're taking a shot for the fucking New York Knicks. You heard me? Oh, we back in town. We started off a little slow, but we got a lot to talk about for these guys because, damn, are we playing good. But we're going to get into the show right now, and I'm just hyped just to talk about these dudes. But this is a shot to the New York motherfucking Knicks, the Mecca, MSG. Stand up. Let's go.
Let's get it. Salute. Yeah.
I ain't really supposed to be doing it, but whatever. Yo, I want to welcome everyone back to Drunk Sports Talk. New York's new number one sports talk out on these internet streets. You guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you are here with us, rocking with us, and we appreciate that. That shit is love, man. Allow me to reintroduce myself. It's your boy, Johnny Cash in the flesh. You know I got my brothers hanging out with me as always. My man Ed Television and my brother Q. What's going on, my guys? Let's talk to me. How y'all feeling, man?
Yo, man, I'm fucking feeling good.
Yeah, man, feeling good, feeling great. How are you?
Pause. We're gonna start early tonight. We're gonna get to start with the fuckery, nigga.
We're gonna start with the fuckery.
We're gonna start with the fuckery early, nigga. Nah, that wasn't a pause. But speaking of feeling good, man, listen. You know, man, New York Knicks, man, they feeling real good right now, man. They out here rolling, man. On a 2-game win streak, some nice wins under their belt. The Clippers, stifled the Clippers and James Harden debut in the Garden. Then Spurs come into town and my man Ed Television's boy, I win my way. His boy, he was trying to come out here and make some noise, trying to shine up in the Garden. You know what I mean? And a lot of times we'll let niggas come in here and do wonderful things at the Garden, but he wasn't having it this time, man. We shut Victor Wembanyama down. But listen, man, Randall, I know we've been hard on Randall this year. In a couple of games that he's played, because he looked off, like we spoke about. Looked out of it, so to speak. But hey, give him credit, man. When he doesn't play well, we're gonna call him to the carpet. When he plays well, we're gonna give him his props. We just feel like that. Right is right. Put some respect on a man's name. You know what I'm saying? So Randall looking a lot better. RJ Barrett back from the sore knee. RJ Barrett's having a great year thus far, man. RJ Barrett is balling. We always talk about, can RJ go to that next level? That seems to be like the theme every year. That along with Daniel Jones and RJ. Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, and RJ Barrett are like every year we say, they gonna go to the next level. But RJ separated himself this year because he seemed like he's going to the next level. He's playing very good basketball, man. Extremely good basketball. I'm extremely pleased with him. Quick as always is doing well. Brunson seems like he's got it going a little bit. The big three stepped up the other night against the Spurs because we was giving them that work. We was smacking. We was up by 30 at one time. Yeah. Q, let me go to you first, man. I know you got a chance to check out the Knicks these last couple of games. Like I said, we've been hard on them, but playing a lot better since we have been hard on them. What's your take? What's your take on the Knicks these last couple of games?
I think now what we're starting to really see is that, especially in the last 2 games, is that defensive prowess that we know that we've been working so hard on creating, and it's showing. We're making all these players turn the ball over. Like the Spurs turned the ball over, I think 13 times or something like that. And then I think the Clippers, in one quarter alone, I think they had like 7 turnovers. Man, we're stealing the ball. We're doing fast breaks. We got these young guys. Like this Knicks team hasn't been this young and energetic and enthusiastic and actually making it shit fun to watch in a long time, and it's actually, we're starting to see the fruits of the labor in the past couple of years, which we can't say. And all these other teams that we rebuilt, we all seen it crumble. We seen like dim lights, and then we see like quick spurts of like, wow, these guys are gonna be great. But no, they are. DiVincenzo took a little bit of time, but the dude is knocking down threes now. His defense is crazy. Josh Hart, I think, needs to step up a little bit more and score a little bit more. But I think that's just Josh Hart's game. We got DiVincenzo because he can shoot the three and he can shoot the ball alongside playing defense. But and Randall had a hard time in the beginning, but Randall's stepping it up, man. Like this is what he has to do. He knows what city he's in. He's know that we're gonna rain hell fucking fire on his ass when he's playing horrible. But we're gonna praise him like he's a legend. when he's playing good. You know, Jalen Brunson is doing Jalen Brunson things. You know, like the way these guys are playing right now, they're starting to really mesh. And usually we don't see this till like later in the season, especially with Knicks teams. But if we're seeing this early and we're able to stop all these guys, you know, because I was hearing other radio shows talking about when Wembanyama is going to drop 42 on the Knicks. Well, we held him to 14, kid. You know what I mean? Like, kid ain't a superstar yet.
Shout out to Mitch and Hartenstein and all the big dogs down low holding it down.
Word up.
You know, you mentioned Julius Randle, man. 8 of 19 shooting, man. 23 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, man. Yo, just phenomenal numbers, man. You know, the field goal percentage could have been a little bit higher. I'm not gonna nitpick that, but like I said, he's coming out of his funk. Ed, I know you got a lot of interesting stats. You always come with, you know, as the resident stat guy, he's always on point
statistician
with the stats and the gyms, man. Talk to us about the Knicks' last performance. What's your assessment on that? And what about moving forward? What you thinking about?
Man, the last 2 games at home, especially at home, the Knicks have been party poopers for a lot of dudes' debuts. We crashed Carter's debut and we crashed Wembanyama's debut, like I said. The thing that I'm loving is that the Knicks are ranked 2nd in defense. You know, even with the record, we 4-4, they rank 2nd in defense. They're killing in offensive rebounds this year, like crazy. Like Mitch Robinson, shout out to Mitch, because, you know, even though he hasn't been much of a scorer, but Mitch is the first Knick with at least 50 offensive rebounds in the first 8 games of the season, 5th in NBA history. You know what I mean? Mitch has as much offensive rebounds than the Lakers, T-Wolves, Rockets, and Bucks. Him himself.
And you know what? Not to cut you, Mitch gets him at key moments too.
Yes.
If you guys remember last year against Cleveland, man, he was getting some huge offensive rebounds and some putbacks. So yeah, great stat. Good, keep going, man.
Love Mitch, and against Wembanyama, like, you know, y'all can call me out on it. I'll say it too. I was picking the Spurs. You know, I picked the Clippers and the Spurs over my Knicks. You know what I mean? Because, you know, so I was just so, you know, I was just so upset that we were just playing so bad. So I was just thinking of the worst. But yo, we came out to ball these last 2 games. Mitch last night held Wembanyama, you know, 0-6 again. Yo, the dude only had 2 points in the first half. Like, the whole Knicks team, I felt like, gravitated toward that kid and just played great defense on him. Quickly was ripping stuff away from him. Yo, Brunson hit a 3 over him and he stretched out to block Brunson. Yo, it was great. Like, you know, Brunson, the thing I love is that our mini big 3, even though a lot of people don't agree, our big 3, they all had 23 plus points. You know, Brunson with 25, Barry with 24, Randall with 23. You know what I mean? Quickly had 19. Hartenstein at 13. You know what I mean? I'm just loving the way this Knicks team is playing. We had 7 steals. We have 4 turnovers to their 13. One thing I love too was the turnovers. We limited our turnovers.
Yes.
Our big three only had 2 turnovers combined. In last game, they had like over 12. You know what I mean? Combined. So that was a big thing too. So I'm just loving that we back in our New York groove right now. We are killing, and you know, we got Boston. I think we got Boston next, right? Boston better. No homo, but Boston better buckle up because we coming.
I was getting ready to ask Q that too, man. Q, you know, like Miami had a big win the other night against the Lakers. They're starting to come on a little bit. Bam out of Bayou, you know, he's getting tough on dudes. Obviously Boston is a really good team. You got Brooklyn big win against the Clippers last night.
Philly only got 1 loss.
Philly only got 1 loss. You know, the East is shaping up to be, you know, we knew it was going to be good, but we had some question marks. You know, there's a lot of player movement and a lot of uncertainty. You know, looking at these last, 5, 6, 7 games, we have a chance to kind of see where the Knicks stack up a little bit against these teams. What do you think the Knicks stack up in the East, man? Well, you know, what do you think in terms of where they stack up against some of these powerhouses?
I think if they're playing as well as they can and, you know, drawing off these fouls, because people got to understand too, we're making other teams cause more fouls than than us fouling, and we people have fouled us more than we fouled them in I think the last 3-4 games. So we're getting to the line, and that was one of the big things too, because we were shooting poorly from the free throw. But if we can make our threes and shoot at least 47-49% from just the field goals, make at least 35% of our 3-pointers and make small ball movements and keeping defense, then we're definitely in the top 3. We can make it far this year with this team. with this team. But everything all the engines gotta be in sync. We need these guys to keep playing at a high level, and that's if we all happen to keep quickly for the remainder of the year. You know what I mean? Like, do we end up signing his attention? But I still hold true. I told you guys, I think they're definitely one of the top at their best playing ball days. They're definitely one of the top 3 teams. The only other teams I put in front of them is the Bucks and the Celtics. I think we're better than the Sixers. We're better than the Hawks. We're better than the Heat. We're better than the Bulls. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care what people say, but that's my opinion. And people can see it when the Knicks are playing at a very high level. Yes. And we would have continued to beat the Spurs by 30 points if we didn't put in our second and third string players. You know what I mean? But
facts.
That's my take.
I agree.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Hey, let me ask you this real quick before you go.
Yes, sir.
We talked about the trade for Joel Embiid, trying to bring a big dog in here, you know, a number 1 guy or a strong number 2 guy. We went back and forth on the show a couple weeks ago, and we debated that, and, you know, kind of the whole New York tri-state NBA world did. Looking at, you know, this is kind of before we saw what they were doing this year. You know, we didn't know what RJ was going to do.
Yeah.
We were a little mad at Julius. Now, in terms of how they're playing now, do you still think they need to make a change? Do they have enough, in your opinion?
Well, the way they're playing now, right now, they're clicking on all cylinders. You know, all cylinders. Like Q made a great point. We keep on, you know, shooting the 3 ball well. We shot 47% last night. You know what I mean? And we keep on playing the way we are. I feel like we're good where we at. You know what I mean? If we stay healthy, we good where we at. I don't feel like we need to explode the team right now. Maybe next year. Let's see how we finish off this year. But right now, we clicking on all cylinders. But I know you mentioned, you know, superstar status and everything with Embiid, but I just want to give a quick shout out to our boy RJ Barrett, man. He is playing phenomenal. Like, he's literally like making a defensive and shooting leap this year, and we've been waiting for this. Like, he's been very consistent. And one thing that I gotta call him out on is that he ended the last game of the playoffs last year against Miami bad. That was a bad game. But I guess the international play has been really helping him step his game up. Like, you know, his footwork on defense, you know, has been excellent too this year, coming in this year. You know, especially the first game, he kind of like, I won't say he held down Tatum, but, you know, he was there, like, you know, with Tatum. You know what I mean? I'm most impressed with his assertiveness. Like, he's alert. Like, he's shooting very well. Like,
very good point.
Yeah, he's been very alert and on defense, and even like taking good shots. Not even good shots, great shots. He's been taking great shots this year, and I'm very proud of seeing that growth, that leap that he's making. So shout out to him, because he's the key component for this team to keep on going and
he's feeling the rhythm of the game too.
Yeah,
he like you say, very, very good point, man. I'm glad you pointed that out. Feeling the rhythm of the game, picking his spots very well, not as reckless. You can tell he's thinking now. His game is more cerebral now this year. You know what I'm saying? That's a great point, Ed. That's a real great point, man.
Yeah, man. Like, I feel like that international play helped him out a lot. Like, you know, I know we killing him, especially you called that out, Cash. His shooting. He's shooting what? So far, it's only been a handful of games. Yeah, he's shooting 40% from 3, 80% from the line. That's a big deal coming from RJ Barrett.
Big deal. If he keeps that up,
he can make an all-star team.
It's gonna be a problem.
All-star. We can probably have 3 all-stars in the all-star game if our big three, if our little big 3, quote unquote, keep on playing the way they are. So,
what is the average? 22 or some shit 22, like that?
Yeah, 22 right now. He averaging 22. So
without Julius and Brunson, he'd average 26, 27. So, you know, you got to share the rock a little bit. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. Quick got to get his little buckets. Yeah. So, you know, his points are where they're supposed to be. But he's, like you said, he's efficient. Yeah, man. Which is good, and he's thinking more. Yeah. And the game just seems to have slowed down for him. You know, for whatever reason, in year number, what is this, 5?
Year 5.
You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, let's take a motherfucking shot for RJ Barrett, man. You know what I'm saying? If you listen, to listen at home, if you chilling with us right now, you know you gotta have your shot glasses when you fucking with us. Let's take a shot for RJ Barrett. Pour it up, man.
Pour it up, man. RJ right here. Salud. Yeah.
Salud.
I do want to say something. I want to call myself out too. I gotta.
We gotta edit that.
I gotta call myself out. Put myself on blast. You know how I was saying about the whole depth thing, about the whole height thing. Yo, because we have no backup power forward. Yo, with the 5-man lineup of Hartenstein, IQ, Vincenzo, and RJ. 37 minutes across 5 games. We have an offensive rating of 103 and a defensive rating of 96.4. That's not bad for being a short short in stature team right now. Yeah, that shit. When I saw that stat, I'm like, ooh, that shut me up right there. So shout out to the Knicks and they depth because we don't have a big man at power forward. So that shut me up.
Nigga. Pause.
But we got, you know, and just, you know, not only is RJ Barrett stepping it up, you know, because you could definitely see like it's clicking. Like he's clicking. He's like, I got it, which we all knew was never gonna happen because, you know, in basketball, you get to kind of see them in like the first 2-3 years, and it's like, all right, you know, that's pretty much who they're gonna be. You know, maybe you give them a 4th year, but you know, like after that, it's just like, all right, that, you know, he's just that's who he is. Look at Randall. Randall still can't dribble right. He's dribbling off his foot. You know, like he's still doing these things. You know, and obviously he's not correcting them, but you know, Barrett's still an essential piece to our puzzle and our game plan. But you can just see RJ Barrett just moving with and without the ball, and even Quentin Grimes, man. I think Quentin Grimes. I think we need to see this kid. You know, I think it was a great signing because I think he's just only going to better his game as well. You can see when he getting the ball and he's open from 3, he's draining them things. He's shooting the shot. Like it's.
Yo, hold on. What'd you say? He's doing what? Draining them things? That's a pause, man. Hey yo, flag, yo, we gotta get a flag. Flag on the play, nigga.
I thought I said draining them shots, but whatever.
Draining them things.
Yeah, draining them things, nigga. Draining them things.
Oh man. Nah, but shout out to Grimes. He has been holding it down. He was a plus 26 last night. You know, he was 50% from 3. I'll take that any day. And he has his defensive prowess. He's like our best defender. Besides Mitch, he's our best defender out there on the court. And I'm loving the way he's defending, you know, the 2 guards and whoever's on his assignment, he be holding it down. And y'all been saying it for a while now. Like he's not jumping for fakes. He's not going for that. He's not biting for that. He stays on, you know, 2 feet down, 10 toes down to the ground. I love that. You know what I mean? I love that he's holding it down on the defensive end. This team is looking good, man. Yo, we second in defense, so that's scary. You know, see, teams are giving us credit and saying, yo, we are a hard team to beat right now. You know, no homo. We are a hard team to, you know, to mess around with right now. You know what I mean?
Yo, hold on, yo, we can't go like, yo, you know how hard I gotta think before I say things, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, you guys are killing me, man. Yo.
Pause police is out, yo. We are a hard team to beat.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the police.
Oh, that's crazy, yo. That's gonna be nice for the shorts this week. We're gonna have some content for y'all, man.
Hey, yo, pause.
Pause. Hey, yo. Shout out to everybody who be tapping on the pause comments. They be cracking me up. What you call it? Nah, but yeah, like you said, you know, they are number 2 in defense. That's a Thibodeau team, though. Thibodeau's a defensive-minded coach, man. So, you know, they doing what they supposed to do. That's right in line with what Tibbs does, man. So shout out to the Knicks, man. I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man. You know, the Knicks is uplifting my spirits, man, because we all know, you know, the
only good thing going on in New York.
Only good thing, right? You know, the Yankees, Mets, Giants, and who we're gonna transition to right now, the New York Jets, man. Listen, Jets, man, Jets still in the playoff hunt. You know, probably the best route. I want to say the best route to the playoffs would probably be the division. To me, they're probably not going to get the wild card. The loss last week was heartbreaking to the Chargers, man, because there were some losses in the division with the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Pats all losing. That was a real good opportunity for the Jets to, you know, to position themselves. Pause. You know what I'm saying? Zach Wilson, you know, listen, man, as much as I want Zach to be the guy, Zach is just not the guy, bro. Like, is he physically talented? Is he gifted?
Yes. In
terms of arm strength and, you know, mobility and athletic ability. Yes, he is. He got all that, but he don't have it up here, man. And as much as we want him to, he just doesn't have it up here, man. Listen, I understand. Listen, we got to do the prerequisite disclaimer. The offensive line is bad. We know the offensive line is bad. They sacked him 8 times. They let him get sacked 8 times last week. An immense amount of pressures they gave up. But he looked. But other than that, he looked bewildered. He looked lost, and listen, I get the offensive line. I get it, you know what I mean? But Sam Howell, the Commanders quarterback, has just as bad as an offensive line. But he put up 30 on the Eagles. He's putting them numbers, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not every game, but and then another thing with the Jets, right? Obviously, we all know, like, the offense is just inept, man. All these big time playmakers they have on defense, on offense, you got to be able to get them the ball, man. Yes. They went up against the Chargers. Chargers worst pass defense in the league, man, and I believe they're 31st in yards allowed with the pass, and we only could score 6 points in them. I mean, the offense just sucks, man. Man, I don't know, man. Listen, Ed, I'm gonna go to you first, man. Your take on the Jets? Do they make the playoffs? And what are we gonna do with Zach? We're gonna start Trevor Siemian, or what are we gonna do?
I mean, I've been saying it for a while. I know he had his clutch moments the last couple of weeks, but he's just not that guy. The Jets are they only have 3 offensive touchdowns in over the last 4 to 5 games. Like, that's each in one play drives. They have 0 touchdowns in the last almost 38 drives, starting in their own territory.
That's insane, brother.
Not get the ball in the end zone. Like, he has all the intangibles. I feel like, he has the squad, but it's like you said, he doesn't have it there. He outshined Herbert, and Herbert is I didn't want to say this word, but Herbert is a stud, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's a baller. You know what I mean? And he had the shot to outshine Herbert. He fumbled 3 times yesterday. All for losses that game. Shout out to the Chargers defense. They got a crazy front. For and linebackers. Khalil Mack.
But overall they suck against the pass, man. Quarterbacks have an average 100 QBR rating against them, man. You could throw in them all day, brother. You know what I'm saying? So
that's another thing. He had a QBR rating of 17.9. Like, you can't win a game if your QBR rating that low, And then
17.9. What the fuck is that, man?
17.9. You know what I mean? Like, you not winning no game with that guy like that. I think it's time for the Jets to sit that dude down and sit him down for good. That's how I feel, man.
You got fumbles, you got pre-snap penalties, no fucking discipline. Listen, on the flip side of that, right? Q, I'm gonna hand it off to you. They have a great fucking defense, right? And phenomenal defense. Yes. Top 5 defense. Defense is stout, right? But we spoke about this before, man. A lot of 3 and outs. That defense don't look good. You look like the Chargers put up some numbers on them last week. What was this? You got the score? You have the score in front of you?
I forgot what it was. 27-6.
27. Yeah, they scored 27, but it didn't feel like it wasn't like a loud 27. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, it was mostly Austin Eckler doing everything. Right. That was running wild because Herbert didn't do nothing. He had a bad game.
But the defense played well. But here's the thing: when you have constant 3 and outs, we all know the defense gets fatigued. Mm-hmm. So the front 4 takes it longer to get to the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? The linebackers maybe lose a little timing off tackles because they're fatigued. Maybe a cornerback, you know what I'm saying, is a little bit slower and could have a pick 6, but he's just maybe a second off because of the fatigue, because of the constant 3 and outs. You know what I'm saying? So, Q, I'm gonna go to you on this, man. With such a great defense and an inept, very futile offense, where do you see them taking this shit to, man, in terms of a playoff picture this year?
Nowhere. I don't think they can win. I don't think they're gonna get to the playoffs, man. Because think about it, they're halfway through the season. You know how exhausted that defense is gonna be toward the end of the half of the season, and they still gotta play some good. Like, they still gotta play teams like the Bills, who could the Bills doing good. They gotta play Miami still. The Patriots always play the Jets good. Like, and if Zach Wilson's gonna be Zach Wilson for the remainder of the season, then what are you gonna do? Like Ed said, they can't score. You said there in that, the Jets are dead last in scoring touchdowns.
You need
that's horrible. Like, that's a horrible stat to have as a team. And And you also
who's next? The Giants, probably. I would imagine, right? Giants are probably right there with him, right?
Yeah,
probably. But we also had 3 different quarterbacks, and one of them a rookie who they don't even let throw the ball.
Yeah.
But you know, but like with the team like the Jets, you gotta understand these guys play at a very high caliber. They play with passion. You know, they play like they want to win, and they're not winning games that they should be winning, and they're scraping by. And in my opinion, getting lucky on the games that they do win now, and it's coming from the defense, and a lot of that's not coming from the quarterback, and that's the heart of the team, in my opinion. It's the quarterback. You know, a fucking great quarterback can take an team and have that team playing like, holy shit, man, what the hell? These are like the number 1 team in the league. You know, like if you have, and Zach Wilson's not that quarterback, you know, they're not rallying up for him, man. They're just, and it's not just them holding back. It's just he's not doing his part and doing what he has to do to help this team be better and win more of these games. And a lot of that falls on the quarterback. These guys don't just get paid, you know, some of the most money in the league for no reason. The pressure falls all on them. Granted, Zach ain't getting that money, but still, that's one of the most important jobs, man. You're the one who has to delegate. When you're 3 and out every fucking time, for that, you might as well just let Breece Hall run the ball every time, man. You know, like what the Giants did to freaking Saquon Barkley. You probably have a better chance of scoring than letting Zach make decisions, because obviously he's not making the right ones. You know, he's just not looking good.
He holds the ball way too long, bro.
He drops back too far. He drops back too far, and you know his play. To jump on Q's point, because Q was dropping bombs right now. So that hinders Breece Hall's focus. I mean growth. I'm sorry, that hinders Breece Hall's growth for the running game, because they see that Zach is not moving the ball downfield. So what the defense is going to do? They're going to focus all on Breece.
They're going to load the box because they know he can't take the top off the defense. Absolutely.
There you go. There you go. So, you know, it's a whole bunch of message things. So I think they got to sit him down, man. They got to sit him down. That's it. Sit him down. That's it. I'm done with him. Stick a fork in him.
Who do we got? Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle. I mean, here's the flip side. Let me play devil's advocate for a minute. I mean, none of them jump off the page to me, right? We've seen both of them in action before. They're pedestrian at best, right? You know, I think part of me thinks that, you know, because I was listening to Robert Saleh in the press conference this week, and they asked him about that. Robert Saleh was talking crazy, talking about I plead the fifth and all this crazy shit. But he said him and the front office are on the same page, man. It makes me think the front office is calling the shots, man. But I say that to say this. I think that Aaron Rodgers is one of the reasons why Zach won't sit, because Zach is not sitting this week. They already said that he's going to be starting, right? You know, I think they want to please Rodgers. They don't want to lose Rodgers. They have a plan, you know what I mean? They want Rodgers to come back. They don't want to piss Rodgers off and Rodgers to be like, you know, fuck this. I'm just gonna sit down. Now, I don't think he would do that for Zach Wilson, but I don't think they want to ruffle his feathers, so to speak. Listen, the defense, like I said, I love the defense. I love their secondary, man. Fucking Sauce and what's the other kid named? Reed?
Yeah.
Ooh, Whitehead, safety Whitehead. You know what I'm saying? They got a great defense, man, but they're not going to.
Their front four is crazy. They have 5 sacks last game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so they get to the quarterback. Absolutely, man. They make Pro Bowl quarterbacks look regular. So,
but it's like y'all said, if you keep on getting 3 and outs, your defense is going to get tired. There's only so much a defense could do. And if they get tired, you know, there's some defense, like, look what they did last year on him. They turned their back on him. They heading towards the same direction again. And I know this year with the influence of Aaron Rodgers, I know they're not calling him out like that because on the media at least, but you never know what's going on in that locker room. I think it's time to let Tim Boyle, like it's Boyle, right? Let him.
And Trevor Siemian both get over the backups.
I don't know about Trevor because he doesn't know this team. He knows the Hackett system, but Boyle's been there all preseason. He had a couple of preseasons. I know preseason is different from regular season, but throw Boyle in there. Like, what's the worst?
It's like Zach Wilson don't know the system either at this point. Like,
he doesn't. You know, there was rumblings that he couldn't learn the playbook last year, but Robert Saleh is a defensive minded coach. You know, he designed that 49er defense when he was there. You know, they were beasts and shit. I just think he's lost when it comes to offense. You ever seen him on the sidelines? He has this like look in his face. You don't get shit out of Robinson. You know, Dable is as bad as Dable's doing. You know, he's running up court. He's pumping his fist. He's getting on. I want to see some of that. I'm like, what's up, nigga? Like you just standing there like bad clock management all the time.
Oh my god.
I just feel like, you know, I don't
He on the hot
It's
seat.
hard to develop, in my opinion, and this is not always true, but in my opinion, it's hard to develop a young quarterback with a defensive coordinator who steps up and becomes the head coach. Is it impossible? No, it's not. We've seen Belichick, we've seen Brady, we've seen a bunch of teams do it. But a lot of the times, man, I think like offensive coordinators or offensive-minded coaches develop quarterbacks a little bit better. You know what I mean? But I'm not making excuses for Zach, man. He's just not the guy. And this week they play the Raiders.
Yes.
I tell you what, if they lose to the Raiders, curtains, my brothers, it's a wrap, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And it's just sad to see, man, because I'm a Giants fan, but I root for the Jets too, man. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, man.
We New York everything, man.
Yeah,
New York everything. You know what I'm saying?
Baby.
And watch sleep all day, man. Let's transition to the boys in blue. You know what I'm saying? The New York Giants, man. Their season's over. You know what? I'm not. You know what? Check this out, man. When I was,
I'm about to go. I'm gonna go take a nap on my sofa and shit. Y'all can call me. Y'all can call me when this fucking topic is over and shit.
I'm not even
for the Giants, man.
So let's take a we didn't even get to talk about the Giants yet. Let's take a shot for the Giants.
Let's take a shot for the Giants.
We need to take a shot for the Giants for real. And me and Q, we wearing big blue right here. So but we gotta take a shot. Yo, salute.
Salute. Well, listen, man.
Oh, big blue.
We were on the thread last week during the game, right? And Q said something very interesting. We were deciding, should we do post game analysis after the Giants game? Q was like, "This nigga gonna hear three niggas complaining."
Yo, that was awesome.
And as funny as that was, I was like, "Yo, he might have a point, man." So I'm kind of glad we fell back for a couple of days, and it got a chance for the anger to quell, and for the emotion maybe to dissipate a little bit, and the logic to kick in a little bit. Correct? Right. So I'm not even mad anymore. We are who we are, right? I'm of the mindset. We already know we're not making the playoffs. I'm of the mindset, and I know people don't like this. I don't give a shit. Let's tank. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if we're gonna get Caleb Williams, but let's go for it. Let's go for a higher echelon quarterback. We might end up with a quarterback in the second round. I don't know, high second round. It doesn't matter. We know Daniel Jones, who had the ACL injury, out for the season. Yeah. Same thing with Zach Wilson. And the way I picture it, he's not the guy, man. That's just me. He's probably gonna be his starting next year, right? Maybe he. I was looking at doing some research today, and that's like an 8-month injury. So theoretically, he can probably come back and start. We're on the books for him next year, so we're not going to get rid of him. But the plan, in my opinion, is draft the QB, let him play under Daniel Jones for a while, let him kind of like Eli Manning and Kurt Warner, and then get him in there. You know what I'm saying?
Eli.
Look, Giants defense the last couple of weeks was looking great before this game. You know what I'm saying? They put together, I think they were ranked 12 against the pass and 24 against the rush, which isn't great, but they strung together a couple of good games, man. The defense was looking stout, and it looked like they ran into a truck when they played against the Raiders, who were in disarray, man, because you got Antonio Pierce, brand new coach, and shout out to Pierce, he's one of us. Right?
World champ with us.
World champ with us. New quarterback, new offensive coordinator, basically new water boy, new bus driver, the whole shit. You know what I'm saying? And
that's it, man.
They had Bobby Boucher out there.
Yeah, and like I said, they look really bad. It looked like they ran into a buzzsaw. But listen, Q, like if I'm the Giants, we just traded Leonard Williams. He goes to Seattle, right? Got a second round pick for him next year, and then a 5th round, right? I think they said if the draft was right now, we'd have the 4th pick. We already have our own 1st round, right? Let's package that shit up. Let's try to move up, right? You made a good point, Q. Arizona's probably not going to draft a quarterback. Kyler Murray's back playing again. You know what I'm saying? The Bears are iffy on Justin Fields, and I think they sit above the Giants in terms of draft position, right?
They got 2 picks. They got the second and third. They got second and third.
Right. So, Q, what do you think? Tank, get a high quarterback, or is there another route you would go?
No, I think we tank. And to be honest, I don't even think we would probably even need to tank. I just think we're not going to really win.
Yeah, I just don't want to win a couple of bullshit games just on some.
I definitely don't want to win anything.
Yeah.
I think if we could stay at 4, because on the books, the Bears is a better team than us. So like if they automatically have the number 2 pick because they got that from the Panthers. So, but if they can eventually drop down, we can have the 3. because I you know, like, and then what? You know, I don't think the Arizona is going to take the number one Caleb Williams. You know, but then nobody ever knows what the hell is going to happen in the NFL. And number two, you know, and the 2 pick, you know, like, are the Bears going to give up on Justin Fields after 3 years? I don't see that happening neither. You know, but if they have 2 and 3, they might just fuck up the whole world. Like, you know, I would be a dick and draft Caleb Williams and trade him to a team. And I knew what you got, bro. You know what I mean? Or I need some picks or some shit, you know, or trade for picks. Okay. But I don't think we need to win. Tommy DeVito, I don't see Tommy DeVito winning anything. I don't think, and I've always used to say this, but you know, I'm always optimistic, and I'm such a New York Giant fan that as soon as I see Daniel Jones playing well, I think he's the future of this organization. But I need to stand on my word and just say this is what I always felt. I didn't think Daniel Jones, you know, even though he had a great rookie season, after that, it just wasn't. It was the same thing. It was the same thing from years 2, 3, 4. Just mediocre. We don't need mediocre on this Giants team. You know, you need to have a good quarterback. You know, like and we need to have somebody who can throw the ball great. Yo, he's athletic. I'm pretty sure Daniel Jones can go somewhere else and excel. And you know, no doubt about it. But right now, he's not what this team needs. He's really not. And we have pieces, you know. We gave away Leonard Williams, and you know, hopefully they use that money from the free cap space because we need Saquon Barkley back. We're gonna if we end up making to the playoffs, we're gonna need Saquon in the next 4 or 5 years in order to do that. You know, and I just think we need to do it because I think Saquon and us has been the only dude who's came back from injuries, got injured. He's given his blood, sweat, and tears to this organization and keeps saying he wants to play. So I think it's only the right thing to do just to pay this man, you know, some coins. You know what I mean? Like they're the lowest paid fucking position, and you know he's the one. Yo, they had the nerve to run the whole fucking second half. Two and a half quarters for him, and you paying me pennies, bro. Like you know, it's just in my eyes just not right. But we need a quarterback. You know that just goes without saying. I think everything else is gonna move, and the cylinders are gonna start clicking. This locker room is probably in disarray right now. They don't know what to do. Everybody's going down. We lost Leonard. We lost Leonard Williams. Andrew Thomas got hurt early on. Fucking. You know, Saquon Barkley got hurt early on. Like, you could just imagine, like, these are guys that we needed to win a lot of those games, and they weren't there. And then Daniel Jones goes down, and he comes back, and he's out for the season. Tyrod Taylor goes out. He's hurt. He's hurt for the rest. God knows how long.
Didn't you mention the riff in the locker room with McKinney that you sent us the Xavier McKinney?
Yeah, that's something else too. You know, because these players are gonna start saying some shit.
He's been saying a lot lately, Xavier McKinney, man. He said, you know, he thought they were in win. I mean, originally he said he thought they were in win now mode or something like that, and it doesn't appear that they are. Looks like they're still building. He looks visibly annoyed at the way things are going, man, and you know, it's causing a rift in the locker room. But Ed, I wanted to ask you this, man. Give me your take on where the Giants should go in terms of, do we draft a quarterback? Do we give Daniel another year, go get an offensive tackle? Like, you know, what do you think we should do?
Man, how long we've been trying to rebuild this offensive line? Like, how much do we need to do? You know what I mean? I feel like
Evan Neal's a bust. Yeah,
he was a bust, and then you know Thomas is hurt. You know, he's great, but he's always hurt.
We got Pugh, who's who just came off the couch.
Yeah, you know what I mean. My man was eating honey buns on the couch, and then comes back to MetLife, and you know, I feel like one big mistake they did. This is just my opinion, trading away Leonard Williams. He wasn't the problem. You know what I mean? He was out there getting sacks. Like this week, our defense had 0 sacks. 0. They cannot get to Aiden O'Connell at all.
Thibodeau didn't have a great game. He kind of regressed a little bit, but I think that was a good move trading Leonard Williams, man. Honestly, you know what I'm saying?
You had Josh Jacobs out there running wild. You had Jacoby Meyers score a touchdown on us. You know what I mean? And it was great. They made O'Connell look like a stud out there, like that Giants team. Our backup QB Shane Flacco. I mean Tommy DeVito. He ain't gonna do well. You know what I mean? You know Shane Flacco from the replacements. He got a gun, but the kid, like, you can see that he's right off the street. Like, he was throwing guns to the other team. He threw 2 back-to-back intos in back-to-back drives. Like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you know what I mean? He got sacked. They sacked us a total 8 times. He got sacked 6. I mean, we just didn't complete this array. I don't know what the hell is happening. I just feel like, you know what? I agree with y'all. Let's just tank. Let's just try to see if we get Williams or whatever's available out there, the next best thing, and see if we move on, man. Because we're already at the same amount of losses we had last year. You know what I mean? So season done, party done. Like, you know, like my Jamaican friend says, party done. That's it, wrap. It's a wrap, man.
Yeah.
They play the Cowboys next week at Dallas. Like,
it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Real quick on the Leonard Williams thing, man. Like, I've heard a couple of people say they ain't like the Leonard Williams trade. I actually think, you know what? I actually want to give Joe Shane some props, man. I think that was a phenomenal fucking trade, and I'm gonna tell you why, man. You got a second and a fifth for a player whose contract is up at the end of the fucking year. You know what I'm saying? That's a fucking steal. How did he pull that shit off? You know what I'm saying?
That's a W. That's a W.
And he goes to Seattle. He gets to compete for a ring because Gino and Pete Carroll and them niggas, they balling over there. They just got smashed by the Ravens last week, but they still have a good team, and they're still in contention of the in the NFC, man. And you know, just speaking of Joe Shane, man, like there's a lot of negatives this year, obviously, right? But there's some positives, man. We getting a lot of good play out of a lot of our draft picks, man. Karaki came over. He's balling out. Thibodeau's he's starting to step up now. He's doing well, even though he's kind of, you know, off last week. Pennock is a really good safety.
Sexy Dexy.
Trey Hawkins, a 6th round pick, is a fucking great fucking play in the secondary, man. Wanda Robinson showing flashes. I like Deontay Banks. He got smoked on a go route last week. But, you know what I'm saying? He's a rookie. He's gonna make those fucking mistakes.
Slayton out there.
Slayton, you know, obviously Jalen Hyatt, man. But yo, Joe Shane is getting good production out of some of these rookie picks, man. So he had a decent draft for me, and I you know, year 3 of Dable and Shane, I think it's going to be a lot better. We knew they were going to have to take a step back to step forward. I think everyone was hype off the playoff shit last year, but there's a silver lining in this fucking thunderstorm, man. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about that?
I agree. I just feel like one thing I need to call out now that you're talking about the GM. One thing is that that's a big part of team like camaraderie or like team chemistry rather. I feel like they need to like drop and let go some of those Gettleman guys. Some of the guys that Gettleman signed for us, they're just not working, like Adoree. Like, you know how I feel about Adoree. I feel like they should have traded Adoree instead of Leonard. You know what I mean? I like Leonard, but yeah, I agree with you. When we got back, it was a steal. So I like it from that vantage point.
An expiring deal, yeah.
Yeah, I just don't like that, you know, because Leonard was, you know, he was big for us, you know, like getting in there, attacking the quarterback, attacking, you know, the running backs and stuff like that. That's the only thing I'm gonna miss about Leonard, you know, because when they traded him from the Jets to the Giants, I'm like, yo, I loved it. I'm like, oh, we got big man. You know what I mean? And that's the only thing, but I do give kudos to him. But I feel like we got to get rid of some of those Gettleman guys and what's his name, Joe Shane. Joe Shane got to bring like his guys in, and maybe we could transition.
He's starting to, though. He's starting to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McFadden, like they got a nice linebacker core. I'm not mad at the defense at all, at all, man. I think we need another playmaker on offense, man. We talked about homie from Cincinnati. We're still gonna keep an eye on that. Yeah, him coming over here. Higgins, you know, we'll see, but all that's null and void if you can't get the ball to him, man. And
I just think the Giants just need these players, you know, and it's sad to say because you know they came in with high hopes and optimistic, so like, yo, we're going back to the playoffs, which they probably could have done if they weren't so injury prone. They just looked like a mess from the beginning, even when they were healthy. They just weren't making it happen, and it kind of gave me. It kind of resembled the second season of Ben McAdoo. I'm not saying David was there, but you know McAdoo came in and you know he showed us something. I'm like, wow, that's it. We're gonna go someplace. And then the next season, you're like, okay, you shit the bed. And then you know that's what Dable kind of did, but he did it with less talent and more and I don't mean that like in a talent wise. I mean like in veteran seasons. You know, he's doing it with a lot of new guys, you know, that need to learn the ropes, and he's actually shaping his team up. So I don't think the Giants, obviously they're not going to go that way, what they did with McAdoo, because he was just a shitty coach, you know, but this is what it is. You know, these guys are going to start saying things that they probably don't mean, and you know, and I just hope they don't get injured trying to play so hard, knowing that they're not going to go nowhere. You know, like if I was really smart, I would just play these guys a little bit of, you know, just give them a little play time, but I'm not going to be playing them all game. I don't want, you know, Pugh to get hurt so imagine Tommy DeVito goes down. I don't want Saquon Barkley to try to run 30 rushes in one game and then tear an ACL again or worse, an Achilles. Because if he does an Achilles, bro, his career is probably over at that point. You know, I don't want none of that. At this point, we just need to play it safe and just fuck it. And I think that's the type of communication that the senior leadership and the Giants organization needs to relay back to this team. Because we're 1-6 or 2-6, 2-7.
The Giants are 2-7.
Yeah, it's 2-7. We're not going nowhere. Like that's it. We're not going nowhere. We don't need to win another game.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be a bloodbath this week. You see what they did to us with Daniel Jones. Now we got Danny DeVito going against DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Paul. They're gonna eat their food this week.
We had our entire starting lineup, and the fuck Cowboys gave us 40-0.
40, bro.
It's gonna be like it's gonna look like a basketball game against handicapped people. It's gonna be like 98-0.
If they just made O'Connell look like a superstar, like the next best thing. Imagine when that comes in Dallas Stadium, man. They're gonna kill us.
But to be honest, man, if O'Connell.
No, he
doesn't look like a bad call. Like he looks like
he doesn't.
He looks like all right, man. Like if Tommy DeVito had half of what fucking O'Connell had, we would be in a little bit better shape.
Word up. My man O'Connell looked like Dan Fouts out there for the Raiders that weekend, man. I was like, yo, who is this kid, bro? With the little porn stash going. I'm like, who is this kid, bro? But yo, Shane Flacco, Tommy DeVito, he gotta go, man.
O'Connell.
Darker days to come.
That's the first time I got a real decent look at O'Connell, man. He hit
out of Purdue, man.
I think he hit Trey Tucker for like a 72-yard completion. I was like, okay, that's the shit I was talking about. Deontay Banks got lit up on that play, man. But he's not bad. He's not real talk. He's not bad. I give him a little. I gotta see a little bit more. You know what I mean? But from what I've seen so far, he's decent. He definitely looks better than Garoppolo. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, man. Way better than Garoppolo. The thing I love about him is when NFL. When teams do this, when they get like a quarterback that's a late rounder, like he was the round 4 pick 135. Like look, you know, like and look how he's playing. Like his first, it was his first game. Next game he's gonna play a better defense in the Jets. But he balled out. He balled out against the Giants.
But last week it still for me, man. I was like, Raiders one of the worst defenses in the league, man. Pass rushers like ranked 19th or 20th or some crazy shit. You know, obviously Max Crosby is a beast. That dude Tyree Wilson is good. They get to the quarterback, but on a whole, the defense is trash. And what do we score against them?
6, bro.
6 points, bro.
6, bro.
That's fucking embarrassing, bro.
Yo, that was ridiculous.
And when they were letting DeVito throw a little bit, but he's running around like a chicken with no fucking head.
And he's throwing it to the other jersey, man. He was just throwing it straight to the other jersey.
I want him to win. He's from Jersey. I like that. He's close to the town and all that. But
good fella.
I don't want him. Good fella. Yeah, no doubt. But I don't want him to win for the next 7 games, whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this draft pick. Let's get this draft capital and let's keep moving forward, man. And next year, remind me. Don't say, yo, Cash, stop jumping out the fucking window.
Now, let me ask you a question, because I know y'all true Giants fans. Has this been one of the worst Giants teams y'all seen in the last like 2 decades, or as long as y'all seen the Giants play football? Has this been one of the worst Giants teams?
Yeah. I agree. One of the worst. There's been some bad ones, but this is definitely one of the worst. They can't score.
I would say win wise. I think talent wise, we have a lot of good pieces.
Yeah, on paper.
It's just like nothing, not even on paper. It's just like nothing ain't meshing. We're trying to figure everything out, but nobody knows what to do with it. And then when you have to make all those adjustments mid-season, you have to deal with all this stuff. And to be honest, we really didn't have, no contingency plans. Like we lost a lot so early that we didn't really have enough to build it back up quick enough for us to even make a push.
So many injuries, man. So many injuries. But I still think even with the injuries, man, we just can't move the ball, man. Can't move the fucking ball, man.
The only bright spot right now is
with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Tyrod Taylor a little bit better, but let's be honest, we wasn't not like we was lighting shit up with them in the game.
Word up. The only bright spot was Barkley. Since Barkley came back, he's rushed over 90 yards in all the past 3 games he's been back. That's the only bright spot. But it's like the same thing with the Jets, with the Giants. If you can't get the ball in scoring position and you can't score, you're not gonna go far. You're not gonna go far in the NFL. You're not gonna go far, man.
You're not gonna go far, man.
Especially
So you know, it's
fucking Cowboys, man. The fucking Cowboys.
bloodbath this week. You think the first game was bad? Where we lost by 40, or would they score 40 on whatever the fuck it was? It's gonna be a bloodbath this week. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a blood fucking bath. But
Christ.
You know, the worst thing that could happen is it could be like, you know, like a fluke, and we fuck around and beat them. Like that's the type of shit that goes down with these New York teams, man. Like we'll win a couple of bullshit games that we weren't supposed to win. You know what I mean? On some fluke shit, like the Jets beating the Eagles. You know, now it looks like a fluke. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully that don't happen, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Giants, shout out to the Jets, shout out to the Knicks. Yo, it's you know what? It's a Knicks season right now. That's all I care about. Man.
That's all I care about. I don't think I watched every Knicks game this season. I haven't done that in a while. Usually I watch about, you know, like maybe like 60 or so games, you know. But I plan on watching all 82 this shit, man.
Word up, yo.
I'm hype about the Knicks, my brothers.
It's the roof, man. What?
Raise the roof. Yo, you play this for Vanilla Ice, he dancing and shit.
Word. Gotta get the Ninja Turtles.
Word up.
Yeah, shout out to the Knicks, man. Yo, I think we got a good thing going, man. They in a, you know what? And as much as I've been hard on Leon Rose and all them dudes, man. Let's take a shot for fucking the Knicks upper management, man. Because they put us in a hell of a position. Pause. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. As much as we want this team to, you know, we want this guy, we want that guy, but I feel like this team right now, man, they got a good camaraderie, man. I mean, you know, I love this team. I know.
I think you're right. I know they need something. I'm not sure what they need. I think it's probably Donovan Mitchell, man. Yeah, I think they need another scoring too.
I'll be straight up. This team is not. I'm like, oh my god, this team's gonna win.
This ain't a championship team, but they're a really good playoff team.
Yes. Yeah. I just love to watch after so many years of down years that we had. This is just a great.
It feels good.
Yeah, it feels good to even be mentioned as we could be a top 3 playoff team, top 3 in the East. It just feels good just to hear that, just to hear the Knicks in the census again. You know,
we need Mitchell Robinson to be healthy though.
Yes, true.
Like, he's so important. Like that's why I was always teetering of getting rid of him because he's a rebound monster.
Yeah, man.
You know, granted he ain't scoring that many points, but he's probably
he's hardly not scored. But look, he's
but what happened to the lobs though? They used to catch them lobs. Them shit they didn't even hear anymore. Remember that shit? Niggas penetrate the lane, throw the lob to him, boom.
Yeah, but like
one with Hartenstein yesterday.
Yeah.
Hartenstein.
Yo, that's gonna catch on. Why? That's gonna get that goes viral to us because we don't hear nobody else calling him that. Yo,
stop biting our shit.
Yo, you think Hartenstein? You think Hartenstein wears a yarmulke when he's off the court?
He's German.
Yeah, he's German.
Yeah, he's German.
Hartenstein.
Yeah,
he's German.
You know,
I was gonna wild out and see some dumb shit.
That's a German name.
Well,
you know, like the Jewish and the Germans, man.
Yeah, you gonna get us canceled fucking with that yarmulke.
I'm just talking about last names,
edit this nigga out, man.
I'm just talking about last names, man. Shit like the Rosenbaum.
The views and opinions expressed by
are
not necessarily of the Drunk Sports Talk program.
Disclaimer. Quick disclaimer.
You guys know
disclaimer right now.
You know, we don't give a fuck. We say whatever the fuck we want to say, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We don't eat off this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like y'all niggas trying to get, you know, waiting on your AdSense money and your mom's apartment and all this goofy shit. We don't eat off this shit. I mean, we do the shit because we love it. You know what I'm saying? We feed our families. None of the, we feed our families no matter what. So we can say that's why we got freedom. You know what I'm saying? We got freedom to do what the fuck we want to do, man.
But to Q's point, shout out to Mitch because Mitch, like I said earlier, Mitch has been out rebounding teams on his own. He's been out rebounding teams on his own. Like I said, he has more or almost as much offensive rebounds on his own than 4 other franchises, like together. That's how you remember how it's been years since the Knicks said, "Oh, we can't rebound. Now we rebounding. Now we hitting threes. Now the thing about the Knicks is that they still got to work on is their transition D. As even though they second in defense rating right now, they still got to work on that transition D. They got to stop being that. Yo, get back on fucking defense, bro. Stop giving them up them easy ass layups, man.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And I think they need to I think they needed to start like cutting to the basket as well, like a little bit more often. They're not really doing it, like I think they feel
less
like
ISO ball. I agree.
Yeah, they're shooting so well. They're even kind of dishing it out a little bit, but it's like between ISO and dishing it for a shot. I think like that's gonna come into play, but teams that win championship, they find those players creeping behind that. You know what I mean? That those backdoor passes, no homo. You know what I mean? So fucking, so that guy can go for the easy layup finally. But like I think that's the only thing they need to work on. But right now, the way they're playing, they're gonna be a rude awakening. But like what Cash said, I think we need. I think if Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein continue playing like this,
my man did.
Well, it's gonna be
whose world is this remix joint?
Yeah, word up. It's gonna be a problem.
Presidents to represent me. I don't know about that.
I love what Q's saying because it's true. Like one thing I saw last night's game, and they even said it. I forgot who said it. It was Hubie or Breen or Mike Breen. They said that the Knicks weren't just getting good shots. They were getting great shots because they were passing the ball and not settling for a good shot. They were settling for great shots. And that's why we got off to a good start in the beginning. Like, we shot 46% the whole game. You know what I mean? 45 from 3, 68 from free throw.
My bad. I ain't hear they were getting what?
What you didn't hear?
You said they were getting great what?
They were getting great shots. They weren't settling for just. Oh, damn.
What type of shots? What type of shots were they? Were they front shots or
they were back shots?
They
had Dwight Howard in the back. They were waiting for niggas like
great shots.
Dwight was in the background like y'all about to get.
Dwight was in the back, and then there was a nigga in the closet about to hop out. Like
y'all about to go to the ER for gluteal stress.
Shout out to Dwight Howard, man. We don't care about nobody's sexuality. That's what they do, and they privacy their own bedroom. We just playing around, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Dwight Howard fan, man, because he put in that work over me. So what the motherfucker doing his time? It's his time, man. But let's stop putting out goofy shit on the internet, man. We don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop all that shit. I'm not talking about us. I'm just talking about
in general.
Society,
just people in general, man. Because damn well they probably have people like that in their family. People want to do all this shit for clout, man. Stop using other people's fucking real life shit, to benefit whatever the fuck you trying to do.
But I heard like they were trying to run a train on homeboy. That's
they try to Superman that
he called homie. I heard this shit the other day. I was trying not to even fuck with the story, man. I was trying to stay away from it, but it's all over the place. From what I understand, something like he called homie up for a jump off, and the dude comes over, and then the dude pops out of the closet in Dwight Howard's. A motherfucker wanted to, run the F train on a nigga, you know what I'm saying? But that's Dwight, you wrong for that, my brother. That's foul. You could be whatever you want, whatever your sexuality is, you want, but you can't be running trains on niggas, man. That shit is foul.
Without their permission.
Right. Word, my man, boy, don't pull out the little engine that could type shit out there. Like, what's up with you, Dwight?
Howard the train.
Yo, homie was about to crash the boards, nigga, the headboards, nigga. Yo, Dwight, crash the boards, nigga. Come on.
he was gonna dunk it from the leg board.
Yo, crash the boards, yo.
Somebody was getting dunked.
That's crazy, son. That's crazy, yo. But shout out to Dwight, man. Top 75 player of all time. Word up. They snubbed that nigga. They snubbed him for real.
They snubbed him for real.
Yeah, they snubbed him.
They snubbed his ass for real. Nah, but shout out to Dwight Howard, man. Real talk. Yeah, man. This another good show, man. I love it, man. I love the vibes, man. You know what I'm saying? We put on for the city. If you this is for my 40-ounce drinking, Air Force One rocking, Timberland construction boots, pavement stomping,
That's crazy. You say Air
Go
Force One.
boy, corner boy,
Those are those I got
hustling.
on today.
You know what I'm saying? 9 to 5ers, niggas in school, strippers trying to pay their tuition. Everybody in New York out here hustling because you know it's a hustler city, man. You know what I'm saying? So we do it for yo. You know, all the baby moms who you know, who ain't got no baby fathers around and they grinding, putting food on the table, man. All the dudes that's paying an absorbent amount of child support and they broke all the time when they come home and they might turn on the Knicks game or the Giants game or they turn on Drunk Sports Show just to get a little bit of escapism. That's just cathartic for them. We do that shit for y'all niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Bars right there. I gave y'all niggas some bars, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Word up.
So
gotta drop a bomb.
Word up. You know, let me get a gunshot for these niggas. But yeah, man, we got a lot of good content coming up. Again, please hit the like and subscribe. And yo, man, keep fucking with us, man. Y'all got anything to say before we get out of here?
That's it, man. Yo, Ed's gonna take us out with a little toasty.
It's all about New York, baby.
Yo, we gotta go to a Knicks game, yo.
Word up.
Yo, when we going to a Knicks game?
I already got a G out of character asking me too. I'm gonna look some shit up, man. Y'all see?
I know they play the Warriors. I know they play the Warriors.
Hold on. Before we talk about, yeah, they play. I keep this. I keep dropping. Listen,
you gotta keep it in.
Because it mess up. Yo, but listen. Hold on. Listen. You brought up the Knicks tickets. I was looking at Knicks tickets the other day, fam, and we talked about this last year when we went to the game. Q, yo, a decent seat, not even a lit seat, a decent seat, $250 a pop. So let's do the math. But that shit is not cool, yo. Listen, $250 a pop. Let's do the math on that, right? Let's say I want to take. Let's just say, forget about your whole family. Let's say I want to take my son to a game, right? That's $500 for some decent seats, right? By the time you pay for parking if you drive into the city or the Long Island Railroad, wherever you're coming from, that's another $50-$60, right? Food, not even good food, $100, $200.
Yo, a pizza at the Garden is like $10 a slice.
You leaving the game. You got your son, you like Levi or Sean or something. Yo, Pop, man, I want a jersey, man. Like jersey. $200 in the Garden. Yo, you could potentially spend a stack a night, man. Yo, regular niggas who, like we just said, all these hustle niggas and niggas can't afford that shit, man. Yo, James Dolan, New York Knicks, you pricing the working man out of the fucking Garden. That shit is not cool, man. You got all these corporate fucking monkeys sitting in the fucking seats who don't know shit about basketball, don't give a fuck about the Knicks. You understand? But they taking up the fucking seats. Now I know that's how it go, but that shit is fucked up, man. Y'all need to reevaluate that, man, and come down on these ticket prices. You know what I'm saying? This is insane.
Word up.
Facts. Word up. You know what I mean? That shit is fucked up, my nigga. You fucking with, the hardcore Knicks fan is getting priced out.
Yeah, word up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And the ones that are getting priced out, like you said, those are the real hardcore fans, the ones that bleed orange and blue guys, man. The ones that be fighting people out here for the Knicks.
Front row niggas eating sushi and all this sipping fucking wine and all this goofy shit. Nigga, you a Nick ain't supposed to eat a glizzy, and a beer. You know what I'm saying? Or a blunt. You know what I mean? That type of shit. You know what I mean?
Smoke a blunt in the Garden while watching Randall or Brunson or Barrett go for 40. You know what I mean? That's what you need in the Garden, man.
You gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man.
Word up, man. So that's why I want, like, this year, like normally, right? Q, we try to hit up a bunch of games, like that's like, you know what I mean. Ed, you've been out a couple of times with us, you know what I mean. This year, nigga, I'm gonna grab a couple of beers. And I'm gonna sit right on my motherfucking couch, the best seat in the fucking house, man. Fuck going to a game, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that, man.
I took my son to see LeBron. I took my son to see LeBron last year at the Garden, and between me and my father-in-law, we dropped a G something for tickets, for 4 tickets.
See what I'm saying? A stack, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Come on, man. That ain't cool, man. Not a lot of niggas out here can pull off a stack for a night.
Yeah. And the reason why, because I did a payment plan thing. I was like, I put it on my credit card, and I kept on putting money down on my credit card. You know, because I was like, yo, it's worth it. You know, I get to see LeBron. I get to see the Knicks. Like my son got to see the Knicks. My son fell in love. He was gushing, waxing poetically over Brunson. So he fell in love with the Knicks, man. He fell in love with the Knicks.
But it's all about that time, man. But like, like Cash had a point, man. Like, yo, they can't be doing this. You know, like granted we can, but then we also have other shit to do as well, man. Like I can't go to 30 games a season.
Word up.
Yo, I'm not. Yo, listen, I'm not taking even the fucking bullshit seats are fucking insane, man. Like, you know, I'm not. It's not a listen, man. As much as I love the Knicks, I could find something better to do with that stack, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I could find something way better to do with that stack. You know what I mean? So, will I go? You'll probably see me here and there pop out of the Knicks game, but for like I said, for the dudes that's a little less fortunate maybe than I am. That shit ain't cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to justify it to the wife spending the stack.
Shit.
You know what I'm saying? On the Knicks game.
You know what I'm saying? Forget about it.
You know what I mean? You taking it to fucking the matinee movies on a Saturday, nigga, for a date night, but you just spent a band at the Knicks game, nigga. How you gonna you know what I mean? How you gonna talk your way out of that one? You know what I mean?
Hell
yeah. Good point, man.
That shit is like you get Lorena Bobbitt out here for that shit. Yo.
Lorena Bobbitt. But all right, man, let's get the fuck out of here. You want to take us out with this toast?
Yes, sir. Yo, shout out to everybody that's been showing us love always consistently. Make sure everybody who's new to the show, make sure y'all smash that subscribe button and hit that like every time we out here putting out a new show. What's that?
Is there like a fucking ship passing by?
Word, that's what I'm about to say too. Like, what the fuck? Yo.
You heard it.
With that being said, everybody who's showing us love, we love y'all back. And everybody throwing shots at Jigga, y'all only get half a ball. Fuck y'all niggas. Salute.
Peace.
Peace.